In this video, I will describe the Tech Academy's Java and Android Developer Bootcamp. First of all, an operating system, or OS for short, is the main program on a computer that manages all of the other programs. And the two most used OSs for mobile devices are iOS by Apple and Android by Google. iOS runs on Apple phones and devices, while Android runs on Google mobile devices. Android apps are written using the programming language Java. Java is one of the most used programming languages in the world. By learning Java, you'll be set up to create applications that can run on Google mobile devices. The amazing thing about Java is that it can also be used to develop strong and complex computer programs. For example, not only have full operating systems been created with Java, the game Minecraft was developed primarily using Java. On the Java Bootcamp, you will learn multiple in-demand programming languages, not just Java. In fact, by the end of the program, you will have 6 programming languages under your belt. Here are the subjects covered on this bootcamp. Computer science, which is the study of computers and how they work. Programming fundamentals. HTML, the language used to create websites. CSS, the language used to style websites and change their appearance. JavaScript, a popular programming language that can be used to add functionality to websites and that can also create powerful computer programs. SQL, this stands for Structured Query Language and is simply the language used to work with databases. Java and Android development. Version control, which is a tool that tracks changes made to files, helping users work together and go back to previous versions if necessary. Agile and Scrum, which is just fancy names for in-demand project management technologies used in the tech industry. You will learn other tools on your bootcamp as well. You can find the complete list of courses included in this bootcamp on our website, but what it all comes down to is this. Everything you will learn is based on what employers need and want. We limit the subjects to real-world skills that you will actually use on the job. We want you to have a large enough toolkit to succeed long-term in the tech industry. And so, the product of the Java and Android Bootcamp is not only a junior-level developer able to perform the basic duties required of their position, it's one who is able to stay abreast of changes in tech and further educate themselves as needed. This is a thorough bootcamp, and by the end of it, you'll have a well-rounded skill set. On it, you will cover around 600 study hours worth of content and tasks. It can take between 3 and 6 months to complete, depending on your study schedule. If you study 40 hours each week, you can complete this bootcamp in around 15 weeks. Students who put in even more hours can expect to finish even faster, one of the many benefits of a self-paced program. If you purchase access for a specific amount of weeks, but don't finish in that time, you can purchase an extension. On this bootcamp, you'll be trained in front-end, the part of a website or program the user sees and interacts with, and back-end, refers to the database and portions the user doesn't see, development. As a graduate of this program, you will be a full-stack, junior-level software developer. Full stack refers to the ability to work on every element of the software development process, including creating the software itself, developing the front-end user interface for that software, linking the software to a database, and more. You will also be able to create web applications, mobile apps, and desktop applications. Even though a lot of data is included in this bootcamp, it will be impossible to describe everything regarding each language and to cover all there is to these subjects in a bootcamp. For example, you could study everything there is to know about the Java programming language. When you were done, you'd have to start over, because part of it would have changed in significant ways. What do I mean? Well, since the language was released in 1996, there have been around 20 different major versions, with hundreds of updates, and there will be more. Now to be clear, 99% of the basics and fundamentals of this language will stay the same. These versions typically add functionality as opposed to changing everything. But the point is, learning to code is not a memorization game. It's all about learning the fundamentals so that, as I mentioned earlier, you can self-teach and self-debug. Our focus is to make you competent, not to turn you into a parrot. The point is, we cover the basics of each language and subject, enough to where you can perform the most routine tasks, and to the point where you'll be able to pick up any additional needed skills on your own. Yes, the purpose of this bootcamp is to provide you with enough skills, but even more important than that, we want you to be able to learn and solve problems on your own. After all, we won't be there with you at your job. This bootcamp will prepare you for a wide range of entry-level technology positions and put you on the road to your long-term, secure, and lucrative career in tech. The Java and Android Developer Bootcamp is a major undertaking, a serious commitment, and a considerable investment, but it's worth it. If you think this is the bootcamp for you, you can enroll today, and I hope you do. Thank you for your time, and good luck.